I say, I don't know who this man is, but he's bothering me. The last 2 years he's not left.
And I got really angry actually because I thought I had just found the devil incarnate.
He would just appear in front of me and say, I have come to save you. Come.
Sathya Sai Baba was an Indian guru. At the age of 14 he claimed that he was the reincarnation of Shirdi Sai Baba and left his home and began to accept devotees.
This was an experience that happened to me when I was 17 when I was at home, when I heard a knock on the door. And I was making a dress for Shirdi Sai Baba. And I was cutting an orange color dress. And my mother was talking on the phone, the doorbell rang and I opened the door and Swami was standing outside, Sathya Sai Baba. He said, not orange, I always wore white. And that's it. During that time it really increased a lot. Everywhere I would look outside the window, I used to be watching TV and I could hear, and I'd look at Swami and say, come to me, come to Puttaparthi, come. And I used to think, oh my God. And I used to ask my brother, what do you see outside this window? He said, nothing. What do you mean, what do you see? There's nothing outside this window. I say, do you see Swami? Do you see Sathya Sai Baba? He said, no. I used to not call him Swami. I used to call him Sathya Sai Baba at that time. I said, no, I don't see Sathya Sai Baba. So these experiences grew so much, I used to write to my mom. I say, I don't know who this man is, but he's bothering me. The last 2 years he's not left me. I used to see him, I was a lab tech, I used to be working on my experiments and I would see him in front of me. He would just appear in front of me and say, I have come to save you, come.
You weren't daydreaming, this was...
No, I would not want to think. He was not somebody I worshipped or was devoted to in any way. It's been such a blessed experience for me, this entire thing of knowing God, not through a temple or through any kind of education or through any kind of other teaching, but knowing God through your own self.
Sai Ram, this is a shorter version of a full interview. Find links of full videos in the description.
Was Sai Baba incense sticks. I had never heard of Sai Baba or anything. And when I picked up the book was Sai Baba, Man of Miracles. So I bought the book, brought it home, and I got really angry actually because I thought I had just found the devil incarnate. I actually thought that people were crazy because obviously being brought up in Ireland as a Catholic, I went, this is the Antichrist.
Right.
So I began to read the book and I was moved by the book, but then I got angry and I threw the book in the bin. So the next day, all my clients cancelled. 7 clients I had booked in and they all cancelled. And so I went to my office to clean up and I picked up the book again and I heard this voice in my head saying, why don't you write to me? But it wasn't my voice as usual. It was actually an Indian voice.
With an accent and
with the whole Indian, why don't you write to me? So I went, oh.
Who's that?
Who's that? What is this? So I just wrote a letter saying, if you are who they say you are, send me some of this ash, this vibhuti, and I will come. And I put it in an envelope and I put Sai Baba, India, because that's the only address I had. So I put on a stamp and I went and I posted the letter and I rang a colleague going, please make sure they give me a comfortable room when they class me as schizophrenic. I've just written to God. He lives in India and he looks like Michael Jackson or something like this. So we were joking. And then 3 months had passed and nothing, and I had forgotten this event. And then I was at a Mind, Health, Body exhibition and this man just tapped me on the shoulder and said, you're Derek O'Neill? I said, I am. How? I know you? He said, you know of me, please come, sit. So I sat down and he began to tell me everything about my life, all secrets, stuff I had never shared with anybody, and I went into complete fear. And then he said, you asked for vibhuti, and he slid it in across the table and he said, now you must come. And I just was overwhelmed with fear, all the emotions coming together.
I can imagine. What did this person look like?
He was Irish, but he was wearing an orange shirt, that I do know.
Orange shorts?
Orange shirt,
shirt,
yes. And so I grabbed it in and I ran. And I ran and I went to a coffee shop and I'm sitting in the coffee shop and it was the first time in my life I had drank coffee. Because it was such an occasion, and I'm shaking and I'm going, what's just happened? And my colleague is with me, and I don't believe it. I think it's mind play because as the psychotherapist I'm thinking I'm losing it. But then the door opens in this cafe and an Indian lady walks in wearing a green sari. And at the time in Ireland you didn't have many Indian people. It wasn't as multicultural. And she walked in, she looked at me, she walked right up to the table and she put her hands in namaskar and she went, haven't I just seen you sitting with Sai Baba at the mind? And I just, whoa. And so I just drove home.
She saw him as Sai Baba. You
Yes.
saw an Irish gentleman
Irish
in an
gentleman.
orange shirt.
Yes.
Whoa.
And
Sai Baba was known for his quote, "Love all, serve all. Help ever, hurt never." Internationally, his devotees gather daily or weekly on Sundays or Thursdays or both, for devotional songs, prayer, spiritual meditation, service to the community and to participate in education in human values. Om Sai Ram. Okay guys, that's it for now. Hoping to see you soon in my next Robocast. Please like, share and subscribe and don't forget to press bell icon. Bye for now.